Imagine waking up one morning and finding your city sliced in half by concrete, sliced in half by barbed wire, and sliced in half by armed guards. One side of the city is drenched in neon lights, rock music, Coca Cola, and the other side is grey, quiet, and very closely watched. This is not a movie. This was Berlin in 1961. That wall with concrete, barbed wire, and armed guards, it did not just divide one city, it divided the whole world. This video is the story of the Berlin Wall, its rise, its fall, and how its shadow refuses to fade even today. After the Second World War, Germany was divided into two parts. These two parts were under the control of the victorious Allies. West Germany was under the control of the British, the French, but most importantly, the Americans. And East Germany was under the control of Soviet Union. But Berlin itself was a tiny island of capitalism within a sea of communism. Berlin, if you notice the map, lies firmly within East Germany, or what was previously East Germany. But even though Berlin was within East Germany, parts of Berlin were still under American, British, and French control. So capitalism existed in these parts. The part under Soviet control had communism. Soon, East Germans started flooding to West Berlin, seeking a better life and more freedom. By 1961, it was a flood. Doctors, engineers, students all vanishing, and the Soviets had had enough. On the night of 12th August 1961, as the people in Berlin slept, soldiers rolled in. What did they do? By morning, a wall was born. Barbed wire, bricks, watchtowers, and escape? That was a deadly gamble. Families were split, lovers were separated. There was one city of Berlin, but there were two realities. The Berlin Wall was not just a concrete structure, it was also a psychological barrier. In East Germany, the government told the people that the Berlin Wall was an anti fascist protection rampart, but everyone knew what it was. It was a prison wall. The so called death strip leading up to the wall was lined with mines, watched carefully by snipers and dogs. And yet people tried. People dug tunnels under the wall, people tried to fly over the wall in balloons, and one person even drove his car through the barriers. Some made it, most did not. The Berlin Wall became the infamous symbol of the Cold War between the Soviet bloc and the United States of America bloc. But by the 1980s, cracks were beginning to appear, not in the structure of the Berlin Wall, but in the structure of the system governing East Germany. Communist regimes across Eastern Europe were collapsing. Protests shook East Germany also, and the people, who were tired, angry, and fearless, started demanding change. Then, on 9th November 1989, it happened. There was a press conference. There was a communication gap. All that it resulted in was in the fall of the Berlin Wall. Not with an explosion, but with the collective effort of thousands of people seeking freedom. There were guards, but they were overwhelmed. No shots were fired. The wall came down. The world watched in awe. Germany was whole again, no longer East Germany, West Germany, just Germany. And the Cold War seemed to be on its last legs. But here is the twist. The physical Berlin Wall is gone. It no longer exists. But parts of it still persist. They persist in pieces scattered across the globe. More importantly, it persists in the minds of the people. It persists in the divide between rich and poor neighborhoods, not just on a worldwide scale, but also at a national level in Germany. The divide created by the Berlin Wall persists in rising nationalism. And many new walls are being built today, some literal, some metaphorical. The Berlin Wall is history, but it is also a lesson. When walls go up, humanity breaks. When walls fall, hope rises. The Berlin Wall didn't fall on its own. It was pushed down by the collective effort of many people, by voices, by courage, by unity. And maybe, just maybe, that's a reminder for our world today. Walls may again come up, but they can also fall. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, And let me know in the comment section if there are any other historical events like the Berlin Wall which can be used to learn valuable lessons in the modern context.